Well, hello, my YouTube friends. I don't know why even I say nearly, I totally started that video by being speechless. And this is actually what happens when I'm mesmerized by something. And this is exactly it. I'm mesmerized by this immaculate, pure, holographic reflective white carbo quartz scale. Absolutely love it. And the view that I have of it through the lens of the camera is different than the one you have with your own eyes. So that's why I was a little bit mesmerized. And imagine that it's indoor. Imagine how the quartz will appear in an outdoor lighting. Absolutely phenomenal. Check this bolster and check this action and this blade. So this is my one and only score, and it's not even a score, it was a delivery, hand delivery during TKI. So it's not much, but I feel like plenty. I'm packed with it, absolutely pleased with it. And that one and only score makes me, gives me the chance to focus even more on that knife, which is to me, one of my favorite knives. Absolutely love that. The review of the knife won't stay as long as usual because I've done a review already about RJ and the Q36. So there will be more time to discuss about other topics like TKI and drama on the social media. But a word, of course, about the knife, which is mesmerizing. As usual, with RJ, you can expect to have your contouring, lateral contouring, vertical one. Look at that. I'm going to put it like that. I like the view of those Q36, it's thick here, then you have this concave part, then again convex here, then concave here, then convex here. Absolutely love that contouring. Even though RJ works with the CNC, the extreme amount of contouring is insane. Absolutely love it. Here on the bolster also, you have a kind of Y, boom, 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 contoured here, and here almost a little bit straight, but contour on the side. It's just absolutely insane. Love also, of course, the material, the choice of material. It was all mine. So I'm happy with it and happy with the outcome because you can, imagine how it will look. But eventually it can be shitty. Absolutely pleased with how it went. First of all, with the contrast of color, I love black and white, and this is all black and white. Even the screws are zirconium screws, so black and white. Black here on the very dark edge Damascus. A word about this Damascus here. Look at that. It looks like a hive. Man, and I love honey. This Damascus is a very special, as you know, I haven't mentioned, but this white carbo quartz scale is sadly discontinued. You're not going to see it ever. And I'm happy to be one of the few collectors, maybe to have like two of his knives in white carbo quartz, which is to me amazing. That's my favorite carbo quartz by far. So yeah, I was mentioning this bolster, which is also totally unique. Man, it looks shitty like that. I'm sorry. This is the view that you have. I don't know, with the lighting, look at that. It looks shitty. That's how it looks. Absolutely love that. Love this pattern. Almost some stars. It's a bit uneven and beautiful. It's a Damascus pattern, made in Sweden, and I got it from Tony Carlson. Absolutely love it. I saw it on one of his knives and I was mesmerized. Love it. And what is to say about this Damascus? Man, the pattern on this Chad Nichols Damascus is insane, but the finish that RJ got with this ghosted, satin finish and those lines makes it also for the contrast with the black lines and the shiny, I would call it white, so in the theme, black and white also. The pattern and those lines here are just absolutely insane. That's my favorite Damascus blade ever. The reflection on that blade is simply insane. I also asked for a fatty blade, which is more even, I would say, even with the rest of the knife, and allows you to have a very dramatic hollow grind, which I adore. Yeah, RJ has been voted best maker and best flipper in 2007. Sorry, something you can expect with his knife is consistency and perfection. All the junctions will be flawless. All the contouring will be perfect. All his action, like I said, is like boom, like that. Always rewarding, always pleasing, always exciting to have this double clip. Always the same. No stiffness on the lock, no play, nothing. Detent is perfect, centering is perfect. This is what makes a great maker, his consistency to always make the same quality in his finish, and RJ is definitely one of them. Absolutely love what he does, and yeah, just fantastic. The clip is in zirconium, backspacer as well, very nice finish. A little flaw on the clip, on the zirconium, and actually that will help me. You see, it's marked here a little bit, and of course it's just brand new and it came like that from the maker, and I showed that to RJ. That will help me to to rest my case in the third part of the video. Now that I mentioned the knife, let's talk a little bit about TKI. TKI was hectic and chaotic. I cannot understand that, my friends. It's not your first show at 50/50, and you are making still rookie mistake. The first of it being that you're not going to host an event when people will pay $250 to get tickets, will pay thousands of dollars to get a knife. You're not going to host that at the Bally's, man. Which is probably one of the shittiest hotel in the whole strip. I mean, 3 stars in Las Vegas. That says it all. That's the worst mistake you can even ever make. That's it. It starts by that. You don't host TKI at Bally's, period. That's a mistake. Then after that, the draws, always the same shit. It was hectic. It was chaotic. Absolutely crazy. People had multi-passes. You enter the number. So basically you can enter your number even 2 times if you want. You can rig it like that. And then after that, the way they call the draws was insane. If you don't respond by the numbers, they would call your name, which defies the purpose. If you don't want to take the knife, the number was a good option, but not. I mean, you have an example. Sacco did his first show in California this year, and he got it right in the first place. Every number was entered automatically. So you don't have any chance to enter your name twice or 3 times, I don't know. It was entered automatically. And then there was a draw, 1 draw, first draw, 3. And it was simple. You know, you don't have any mess. And you had the time to, appreciate the show, go to the maker, go to their table, see the knives, discuss with them. You don't have to worry about entering the lottery. You were entered automatically there. And you don't have to worry if you don't like the knives because it's numbers that are drawn. And you just have not to answer to the number. Never your name will appear. Man, it seems so simple, so easy. Why wouldn't you do exactly the same? Really, you need to get your senses back and change that for the other show. Just, take advantage of what people do right and apply that for your next show. That's really important because I've heard a lot of people complaining about that. Even makers, I mean, everyone was saying that it was messy, and I concur, and I'm really sad for that because I love to go to the shows. Again, the show was perfect. Had the chance, as usual, to socialize, meet with great friends, had a fantastic time, but the show itself was, as I said, messy. But again, getting knives, I have other ways to get knives. I don't go there for that, but, it's the icing on the cake. So, if the show is good, it's important. I mean, I would expect that, of course. Enough with TKI now. A word about social media and drama. When I got into that, it's not my work. I don't do that. I have no purpose about that. It's not a business. It's just to share the love with you, my friends. And when I entered the social media, I was a bit reluctant to begin with. Why? Because I knew that you cannot have thousands of friends. I knew that it was all about, trolling and drama and everything, which is something that I hate, despise even. But I got into it for the freaking 10% of it that was worthy. And it is worthy. Those 10% of people that are not trolls, in them, not even all the 10%, but in them, you have the best people I've ever encountered, I've ever met in my entire life. I got the best friends I met, and it's just incredible. All the guys that I meet, you're part of my life, my friends. Honestly, it's something really amazing, and it's worthy. But again, you have to deal, and since I have a loud voice, you have to deal once in a while with drama, which honestly, I couldn't care less when it comes from trolls, but once in a while it comes also from a collector. But even collectors can sometimes be not grown up and be a little bit, not everyone knows how to take their responsibility. I've known how to take my responsibility since I was a kid. I had to deal with that, unfortunately, but I had to deal with that, taking my responsibility since I was a kid. And this is something that is tremendously important for me. I mean, I take all my responsibility in my work. This is actually the thing that is the most important in my education with my kids. Take your responsibility. So if someone doesn't take his responsibility with me, he's more likely to have a very tough answer on my side. So basically, I had that knife that I didn't even want to sell. The guy just, like in an auction, he was raising his prices, raising up to a point where I couldn't say no, especially with TKI coming and other deals. And when he got the knife, rather than saying, okay, you know what, maybe I have been too impulsive, I paid too much, I don't really like the knife as much or whatever, he came to me and blamed it on the knife, on the condition of the knife, saying that it was whacked. Man, I use only gloves to play with my knives. And look at that, that's the best example. I like it. I love that. Why? Because look at that. I paid a lot of money for that knife. And it comes, people would say, if I take a focus on that, and if I post a picture, especially with highlight, they would say that it's whacked. Look at those dots here. Look at these lines here. Look at the line here. This is whacked, okay? So basically, if I don't like that knife, okay, if I don't like it and I think that I overpaid it to RJ, what would I say? Okay, it's whacked here. Take it back, or no, RJ, you know what? I don't like it. This is it. This is what I didn't like. He received the knife in good condition with some traces like that. This could be easily fixed. I mean, if you really like the knife, don't blame it on the knife, okay? Don't say that the knife is whacked. It's not. This is brand new. Look at that. Open your eyes. And it's something that happens a lot with zirconium. I had that with a knife from Victor Barajas. I sent it back, the knife, for repair because the zirconium was a little bit messy like that. It happens a lot of time. So fuck no, don't blame it on the zirconium or the way it appears. This is something that happened. I never ever use my knife with zirconium or Damascus. I use gloves on it, and that's it. So that can happen. So basically what it is, if you take your responsibility, I will grant you whatever you want. So come back to me and say, you know what? I didn't like that knife. I overpaid. I made a mistake. Please, can you help me out and take it back? I would have granted that to you. But if you say the knife is fucked up, hell no. And this is all about responsibility. That is one point I wanted to address. Take your responsibility, act as a man, as a grown-up man, and you're more likely to get good outcomes. Second of all, when you have something that is going wrong, don't take it to the fucking social media. Like I said, 90% of it is freaking trolls and freaking drama. If you have like 100 people following you and 2 comments on your usual post, you're gonna get hundreds of them in a drama. Why? Because it's what people like. You entertain what they like. You are just playing their games, not yours. Never people would know anything about the real issue. If you take a problem, you will take one side of the other side, and the truth always lies most of the time in the middle. If you go into drama, it's only the side of the one that is slandering. That's it. That's why big people love it, and that's why I stay away of it. That's why I never ever even answer to that, because it's a mess. So, you know what? Take your responsibility. You have an issue, take it. We can agree to disagree as gentlemen. We can find, people, intermediate that will help settling things up, but don't take it to freaking that drama on social media. So yeah, like I said, I avoid that. I wanted to discuss about that because it's an interesting point, interesting point because, like I said, to me, I deal with that from the start, and for me, the part of the 10% that makes that community so good is the one that makes it continue. And I will leave it at that and catch you very soon for another video. It is still a very good pleasure to make that for you, my friends. Bye-bye.